So welcome back to the channel. I think it's time for a new project. I just finished the 1992 F-150 blown head gasket debacle on that 4.9 liter. I'll link something up top that'll go to that playlist if anybody's interested in seeing that. But today we have a different F-150 to work on. It's a 93. If nobody's seen it, I did a very lengthy, pretty boring intro video to it, but it is the $1,500 Lightning truck that we want to restore. I want to get a look around on it. I wanted to get into the interior, but also I realized when I bought the truck, I really haven't checked out anything underneath. I did change the fuel filter when I was trying to get it started. That's a whole story that's linked in that other video. I'll probably put that up top too. It's about 18 minutes long. It was my second attempt at YouTube, so forgive me if you do try to watch that. But we need to try and do a couple things before getting to the interior. I'll do a walk around, and I need to air up these tires, and we would need to make sure that it starts still. While we're waiting for the air tank to fill up, let's go ahead and uncover the truck. If you're wondering why I'm just using a blue tarp to cover up a classic like a Lightning, the previous owners did me no favors on how they treated this truck, so she needs to be completely redone. If you hadn't seen the first video on it, when I picked up the truck, it had no radiator, no fan, crank no start. We had to push it onto a trailer. The owner said that it had sat for a year. It's hard for me to remember back. I've had the truck in my possession since last May, so we're going on a year. It is a victim of the current pandemic because it was supposed to have been in the shop at this point, but nobody wants to spend any extra money right now, and I'm waiting for everything to pass over before I start sending her in for some cosmetics and engine repairs. Well, it says max PSI 35. I got it to 30. It's a lot better than the 4 that was in it just a second ago. Put the battery in it. Check the oil. Ozone generator. Hopefully it got rid of some bugs and a little bit of the smell, but I got stung by a bee the other day around it, so I'm trying not to let this happen again. All right, all the tires got air in them. They are close to being completely dry rotted, but oh well. So I'd actually talked about this in the introduction to the truck last year. Again, the previous owners did me no favors. The truck was only $1,500 not running, so it is what it is at this point. In order to get it running, there was a problem with the stock ECM or ECU or PCM, whatever they call it. The stock one had a bunch of bad capacitors that I tried to repair myself. Did not do real well in trying so, and found out I could buy another one off of a Lightning forum. So that was going to be the key to getting fuel pressure back. Now the front fuel pump I think is shot on this truck. The rear still works. Oh man, the rear still works. In order to get to this, we had to remove the fender well, just like on most of these F-150s, and it sits right in the firewall. Here's what's going to plug into it, obviously, and it sits right here. So let's get this reattached. This poor truck, oh, it deserves so much better. Hopefully I can get it restored the way it's supposed to be. I don't believe I've taken this for a drive in a year. I don't even think I've attempted to start it in a year. Oil's good, transmission fluid's good. Let's just let that sit for now. I don't exactly have high expectations for this thing starting. A little surprised. That's 12 months in the making. So again, what I ended up having to do was underneath the hood, besides getting a new computer reinstalling the radiator, coolant, and a few sensors. They'd actually deleted the EGR their own way, so I had to buy one of those block off plates and the sensor. I don't want to do that, but I had to in order for it to read right. She's struggling. Oh man, I just don't trust this. So the interior, gutted. I still have a fog light switch. I'm telling how many roaches and spiders. There was a wasp nest right here. That's what got me there. Needs the interior completely redone. I have no idea if these gauges work right. If so, I'm running really rich. My fuel pressure is dismal. And I guess my transmission temperature is already at 131 degrees. So I don't know how much of that actually works. Such a shame. Seats are in great condition. Dash, not so much. Dash pad's still good. Let me see if I can drive it over here. Okay, we got her up here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty scared to see what kind of what we're dealing with here underneath. Let's get under here and see. Okay. Core support is pretty rusted. I cannot believe I still have the fog light brackets. Those are actually kind of hard to come by. Fog lights you can get, not these stupid brackets though. So this is a Texas truck, so it shouldn't be too bad on the rust. Ew. I know those haven't been touched in a while. These tires have definitely seen better days. Well, those headers definitely are rough. They replaced them with some kind of exhaust. I'll get back there and read that. Yeah, they don't look good. Hey, a wasp nest, great. Rear main seal leaking bad. 194,000 miles. I guess I should expect that. Transmission pan's not leaking too bad. This F-250 swapped front bumper is gone. I don't like that. It's rusting through. So that's gone. They're just probably going to order a new front air dam. Excuse me, jacks. Get up underneath there. Oh, let's see. Fuel tank. There's some rust on it. Front fuel tank that does not work. The rear is what's working. Magnaflow exhaust. Rear diff leaking. The yoke. No cab rust. Barely any rust on the frame. That's good. Like I said, it's a Texas truck. We definitely have lots of signs of age and abuse on this truck. As you can see, they did some kind of delete for emissions. I got stuff just hanging everywhere. The AC doesn't work anymore. I don't even think the alternator's working. This is all the before. It's in rough shape. Original bumper, that's good. We got a bracket. What the hell is this? These lights are gone. Okay, so like we said, the seats are good. Hey, the lumbar still works. These are the bolsters. I'm sorry, the bolsters still work. Lumbar doesn't seem to be working. Let's see. This panel still is good. Jesus Christ. Let's go to the passenger side. This is pretty much the closest look I've really taken at this truck. Huh. Lumbar works in here. This passenger seat is fully functional. The original Lightning floor mats. Cat spark plug wires. Oh, here's the handle to that seat. Trim piece. That's good. Trim piece. Always speaker wires. Find these trucks, they'll have speakers put in them. So, center console. Look at that. Roach. Oh. There was a couple other cool things in there, but it actually still had the original owner's manual. It never went out of Texas, it doesn't look like. This was printed February 19th, 1993. This was a real early one. Okay, so we got that. And instead of having that center console, it came with this third, the jump seat. Or either it came with it or they picked one up. But this seat, what gets me about this seat is this thing up here. Originally you've seen that black slider piece, some cup holders, and I'm assuming that they had this made, or somebody had, because it's got a Qualitex tag on the back. And I thought, well, that's ugly. But the seat itself is all right. It won't lock into place. This is terrible. I don't know. But at least we got a jump seat that's salvageable, it looks like. This hole in the dash sure irritates me. But they had a tack in here. Which you had a tack in a 15-second truck that's automatic. So upon further inspection of the Lightning, getting a first-hand look underneath, frame is good, definitely a rear main seal. The motor's gonna have to be pulled and just gonna be rebuilt to what I want, and just go to a performance shop and just invest the money in it. We'll do a little bit more on it. I kind of just wanted to get that stuff out of the truck, and I got now a box of parts and probably mostly garbage over there. At least I know what the interior looks like. I'll probably pull the seats and try to get the carpet up to see if it can even be cleaned. It needs a lot of work, and most likely a majority of it will just be paid for, because I just don't have the means to pull a motor and get it machined and put everything like I want on it. So I'll probably end up reaching out. I know I'm going to reach out to a couple shops to see how much everything's going to run me. Overall, the truck is straight. It's got dents and dings, but I want performance out of it, and I want that interior cleaned. She's been rode hard and put up wet, that's for sure. I love the truck. I can't wait to see it restored. I don't look forward to seeing how much it's going to cost. So if you stuck with me to the end of this one, I do appreciate it. Check the description below. There's some great channels in there. And as always, guys, I'm going to catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.